The priceless love Faith was a young, brilliant, and God-fearing lady. She had just graduated from the university with a degree in business administration and had many dreams for her future. Her family was loving and close-knit. Every evening, they gathered for prayers and laughter in their small but peaceful home. But one dark night changed everything. It was around 1:30 a.m. when the sound of breaking glass and rough footsteps woke Faith and her family. Armed robbers had broken into their home. The chaos, the screams, the fear, it all felt like a nightmare. One of the young men, with trembling hands and cold eyes, dragged Faith aside. That night, she was raped. Her tears became her closest friend afterward. The pain ran deeper than words. Faith felt dirty, broken, and ashamed. For months, she could hardly pray. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the shadow of that cruel night. But even in her silence, God never left her. Slowly, through church, prayer, and counseling, Faith began to heal. She found peace again, not by forgetting what happened, but by surrendering the pieces of her broken heart to God. Years passed. Faith grew stronger, beautiful inside and out. She became active in church, teaching young girls about purity, forgiveness, and God's healing power. One Sunday morning, during a powerful revival service, the church was filled to the brim. The preacher invited anyone who wanted to surrender to Christ to come forward. Among those who stepped out was a tall young man with tears streaming down his face. His name was Jude. He wept like a child, confessing how lost he had been, how he lived a life of crime and darkness. "But Jesus found me," he said. "I should be dead, but mercy found me instead." The church rejoiced as Jude gave his life to Christ. From that day, he became one of the most committed brothers in the church, humble, dedicated, and full of passion for God. Faith noticed him, but only from afar. She admired his zeal but never thought anything of it. After all, her focus was on serving God. 2 years later, one quiet evening during her personal devotion, Faith was praying in her room. As she worshiped, she felt an unusual peace fill her heart. And then, gently but clearly, she heard the Holy Spirit whisper, "My daughter, the man I have chosen for you is Brother Jude." Faith froze. Lord Jude? The new convert? The ex-street guy? She couldn't believe it. But the peace that came with the message was undeniable. After praying and confirming over time, Faith accepted it with all her heart. "If it's you, Lord, I'll obey." Months later, Jude approached her nervously after service. "Sister Faith," he said softly, "I've prayed, I've waited, and I believe God is leading me to you. Will you marry me?" Tears filled Faith's eyes as she smiled gently. "Yes, Jude, I will." Their courtship was pure, prayerful, and filled with purpose. They talked about their pasts openly, learning from each other's mistakes. One evening, as they sat together under the cool evening breeze, Faith opened up. "Jude, there's something you should know. Years ago, before I met you, something terrible happened to me. During a robbery at our home, one of the robbers raped me. I don't know who he was, but it changed my life forever." Jude's hands began to shake. His eyes widened. He couldn't speak. Tears poured down his face uncontrollably. "Jude, what's wrong?" Faith asked, confused. He fell to his knees, sobbing. "Faith, it was me." Faith froze. Her heart stopped. The world around her went silent. "I didn't know you. I was blinded by sin. I was a slave to darkness. I've prayed God would forgive me for that night, but I never knew." Jude broke down completely. "If I could take that night back, I would give my life for it." Faith was shattered. The man she had learned to love, the one she called her answered prayer, was the same man who had once stolen her innocence. She ran out of the room crying. For days, she didn't eat. She questioned everything: her faith, her dreams, even God's voice. "How can this be, Lord? How could you tell me to love the man who once hurt me the most?" But one night, as she wept before God, she heard the same gentle voice again. "My daughter, Jude is not the man who hurt you. The man who did that died the day Jude met me. I gave you Jude, not to remind you of your pain, but to show you my power to redeem, restore, and rewrite stories." Tears of healing flowed again, this time, not of pain, but of peace. Despite discouragement from friends and family, many telling her she was crazy, that she should walk away, Faith stood firm. "My God gave me this man," she told them, "and if God can forgive him, so can I." The wedding day came. It was a day heaven smiled. Faith walked down the aisle radiant, glowing like grace itself. Jude wept as he watched her, knowing how undeserving he was, yet overwhelmed by mercy. When the pastor pronounced them husband and wife, the church erupted in joy. From that day, Jude treated Faith like a priceless treasure. Every touch, every word, every act of love carried deep respect and gratitude. He would often whisper, "You're the proof that God forgives. You're my angel of mercy." And Faith, in her heart, knew that her story had become more than just about pain. It had become a testimony of how God turns ashes into beauty, shame into glory, and pain into purpose. True love is not always about perfection, it's about redemption. When God steps into a story, even the most broken pieces can become something priceless.